Yeah. YouTube, what's up, baby? Back in this thing again for another review. This is Q's Insight. I'm Callie, and today we're going to be talking about The Mandalorian Season 3, Episode 2, entitled The Mines of Mandalore. All right? Now, if you've been to this channel before, you already know how we do it. We started off with the premise, 3 favorite scenes, the grade, and then we to the next one. Yes, sir. Now, I apologize for the setting. I am currently at work, but I had to get this review out to you. I had to. You feel me? It's The Mandalorian Season 3, it's Episode 2, bro. We gotta do it. So we doing it. Now, like I said, Mandalorian Season 3, Episode 2, entitled The Mines of Mandalore. All right? So for this episode, we pick up with, I think her name is Pelly or Peely. I can never pronounce it right, bro. But it's the lady that's on Tatooine, I believe it is. The mechanic lady that basically sold, Mando his Naboo ship, right? And has been helping him out since like Season 1 and 2, right? But anyways, we start off with her and we see her fixing some stuff for a customer. Also seeing her basically play the customer, like swindle him. Afterwards, she gets a visit from Mando and Grogu. And he came to visit her in order to ask her about a memory circuit that he needs for IG-11. So Pele or Peely, she says she doesn't have one. And she tries to get him to buy the R5-D4, that old droid that looks like R2-D2 that she always has by her side. But it's you could tell it's old, bro. It's already been like crappy since like Season 1, bro. But she tries to sell it to this fool. But he takes it. He takes it, bro. But he tries to get the memory circuit. She says she doesn't have it, so she tries to sell him the R5-D4. He ends up using the R5-D4 because it'll actually end up working for what he needs, which is like a droid to go help him out while he's on Mandalore, since the airway down there is poison. So they take the R5-D4 and they leave, and then they're headed to Mandalore. And then we find out that Mando actually grew up on a moon called Concordia, which is like literally right next to Mandalore. Because of the status of Mandalore, like basically the communication doesn't exist. So if you're there and you're trying to call off planet or whatever, you can't call off, like nothing will work. So that's a bad thing, you know what I'm saying? So after landing, Mando makes R5-D4 take samples of the planet so that he can like figure out basically where he needs to go, what's poisonous, what areas that he can, do his stuff, right? And then while doing so, R5-D4 ends up disappearing from Mando's scanner, because he as he sends R5-D4, he's watching not like actual footage, but just like a little him on a scanner. Like he can see him as the red dot going on. And once he realizes that R5-D4 gets taken away or whatever the heck may have happened, he has to go after him. So he tells Grogu to stay in the ship and then he'll be back. So he goes in search of R5-D4. And then while looking for him, Mando gets attacked by these things called Alamites. They just look like some cavemen that look like apes. I don't know, bro. But he gets attacked by them. He takes out the Darksaber and is able to basically take them all out. And so he continues to further into to look for R5-D4. And then he ends up finding R5-D4, and then they go back to the ship. And Mando finds out that the atmosphere of Mandalore is breathable. So therefore now he has um, Grogu accompany him to go down into the mines. And so Bo-Katan may be right as far as like the place not being, um, cursed or whatever it may be, and things may not be as the way that the armor was making it seem, right? Or then again, it may, we don't know. So as they're heading down to the mines, while traversing the plains to get to this specific area of the living waters, Mando gets caught by a big robot. It kind of looks like a crab. And then we end up seeing that inside of the robot is actually another robot piloting it. And this robot is smaller, of course, but also we see that this robot only has one eye, and it's a real human eye. So this is something that was once alive that basically like took the form of a robot, kind of like how General Grievous did in like Attack of the Clones, right? So that's what it reminded me of. It reminded me of General Grievous. And at first I was like, is this nigga still alive or something like that? But I don't know. I don't know who that was. I don't know what that was. Like, I really don't know. Hopefully they get like into a backstory of exactly who or what that was. Because it was definitely somebody at one point. Even though it's only an eyeball left, bro. Like, that's crazy, bro. Like, you get so technically advanced to the point where you can just be an eyeball and just have an all robot part, bro. But still be like human. You know what I'm saying? Still do your stuff. Like, that is like, yeah. So anyways, yeah. Mando gets caught by the robot. We see that there's another robot inside of the like crab looking robot piloting it, and this robot is kind of like I said, I already explained he's human, but he's robot. So once the robot has Mando grasped in that crab looking robot, he makes the crab looking robot go further into the mines, and then we see like the robot that just has the eye like follow behind it, and so Grogu follows behind all of them, sneaking, of course. So Grogu ends up trying to help Mando, but he can't. So Mando tells Grogu to go to Bo-Katan to get her to help him. So Grogu goes back to the Naboo ship, gets inside there, and heads to Bo-Katan with R5-D4. He arrives to Bo-Katan's castle. After figuring out what happened to Mando, Bo-Katan takes Grogu and R5-D4 back to Mandalore to look for Mando. Grogu then leads Bo-Katan to Mando, and then Bo-Katan ends up having to fight some Alamites, just like how he did before reaching him. She fights the Alamites and beats them. And then we see the robot was that was once human or whatever. He sticks these like, I don't know. He's basically like withdrawing like blood or something from Mando. And I don't know if that's to put it inside of himself or what. Like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, he's a robot, but he was once human. And being on that planet, there's probably like really no like life there except for like the Amalekites, Alamites, and whatever little creatures. You know what I'm saying? But like an actual human, there probably isn't many. But anyways, we see him like taking these fluids from Mando, right? And then Bo-Katan interferes and fights against the robot. She beats the robot in like his regular form and cuts off his head. Then the head detaches. Well, it's already cut off, but the head like wakes up and goes into like the crab-looking robot then she has to fight the crab-looking robot. But with the help of the Darksaber, she wields it and wields it well, and is able to destroy the robot altogether. And in doing so, she frees Mando. Her, Mando, Grogu, and R5D4 end up sitting around like this little fire that she makes. She makes some soup for Mando while talking to him, and they both have this big conversation about, like, you know, their each kind of like her past and you know, just whatever it may be, right? They're having these conversations as she's healing him, and then eventually he's good to go, and he's like, look, I'm not leaving until I go to the living waters. And she's like, well, look, you're crazy, we should be out of here, especially with all of this stuff that happened, and I just saved you, and you want to, you know, throw that in the water by going to the living waters? All right, be my guest. You know what? But you know what, though? I'm going to help you. I'm going to help you find it, because you're not going to find the living waters without me. So she ends up helping them to the living waters. They get there. He ends up reciting the creed as he's taking off some of his armor. And then he goes into the water. And then everything seems like it's good for a second. And then all of a sudden he gets pulled into the water, like deep, fast. And so you're like, what the heck is going on? Something must have grabbed him. So Bo-Katan puts on her helmet, jumps in the water, and then cuts on the jets. And she's like flying through the water. She's flying to get down, to get to him. But he's like far down. It's like, yo, like, how did that happen that fast? You know what I'm saying? And then we don't see no monster or nothing like that for like a second, right? And then she finally reaches to where the Mandalorian is, where Mando is, and then she pulls him up, and then she starts shooting back up into the to get to the surface, right? But as she's shooting up to get to the surface, we see like a big old creature, and his eyes closed, and then it opens up, bro, and it's the mythosaur. It's the mythosaur. So we're finally seeing a live action mythosaur. We're finally seeing this animal that this you know, that the Mandalorians base themselves after. You know what I'm saying? Well, in a way, you know, it's kind of like they trademark. You know what I'm saying? So we're finally seeing a live mythosaur, bro, and this thing is freaking huge, bro. And it's crazy that it's submerged in the water, and it's still, so that means that it can live underwater, it can live on land. It's super, like, it's just like, I can't wait to see this thing. It's gonna come back, and I can't wait to see this thing. But once they shoot up out the water, and they're both safe, the episode ends. So that's basically it for this episode. Three of my favorite scenes would be Mando versus the Alamites, bro. I thought that was really cool. The way that he was able to take him out with like his own gadgets. Then he had to use the Darksaber as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just always cool to see Mando fight, man. He's always so technical with everything, and like just has all these skills and gadgets, bro. It's like you're not gonna win against him, and you're probably not even gonna damage him. He's wearing freaking, you know, a suit that's made out of Beskar. Like, come on, bro. But I always love to see Mando do his action, man. You know what I'm saying? And this was really some action compared to the first one. You know, the first episode was cool. It had a little action, but this is like really jumping back into it with Mando. So I definitely like that. That's one of my first favorite scenes. Second favorite scene would be Grogu escaping, when Mando knew that Grogu couldn't help, and he was like, look, go get Bo-Katan. Grogu, you know, goes out the cave by himself, bro. Is blasting one of the Alamites that was in his way, bro, and just other creatures were trying to get him. He's just still going focused forward, bro. You know what I'm saying? He really did his thing, bro. He really did his thing, got to the ship and got to Bo-Katan, bro, and got her to come and help Mando. And I just thought that was cool, man. Grogu's growing up, bro. Grogu's growing up, bro. Like, he's just a funny cat, bro. I love Grogu, man. But that'll be my second favorite scene. My third favorite scene, bro, will have to be Bo-Katan versus the robot. And you can say whether it's Bo-Katan versus the smaller version of the robot, or Bo-Katan versus the bigger robot, once the smaller version hopped into the robot that looked like a crab or whatever. But I just thought she was able to handle herself really well and very skillfully, and everything like went really easy. And she was able to handle that Darksaber very well. So, you know, That's showing me something for sure, that she may be wielding the dark saber by the end of this series. You know what I'm saying, or of this season. But yeah, man, she did her thing, bro. I was like, yo, look at Bo-Katan. And when she was fighting the Alamites, bro, herself, bro, she was putting in that work, bro. She was like, yo, I can't wait till we get a scene with Mando and Bo-Katan facing off against many people, and they're just shooting people, and they're just, I can't wait. I know it's happening. I know it's gonna happen, whether in this season or the next season. It's gonna happen, and I can't wait. But yeah, man, Bo-Katan versus the robot. That'll be 3 of my favorite scenes. The grade for this, man, it's gonna get a 10 out of 10 for sure, bro. You know what I'm saying? Definitely enjoyed this episode. I will go back and watch it, and I just love seeing a little bit of the episode with Mando and Grogu, and I love seeing the other half of the episode with Bo-Katan and Grogu, and then the third part of the episode with Bo-Katan, Grogu, and Mando. Like, it just, I love them. I love them all together, bro. I love them, man. But yeah, 10 out of 10. If you guys saw this episode, let me know what you guys thought about it in the comments down below. What were some of your favorite scenes? Is this your favorite episode thus far? Or do you think that they're dropping the ball? Okay, let me know about that in the comments down below. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share. As always, this is Q's Insight. I am Callie. Till next time.